everybody, it's me, Benson. And The Office is one of the most famous TV shows ever. I was going to explain why it's famous, but you already know, we all know. It's insanely iconic, the show is known across the world, and it's obviously stuck around today, despite the show ending super long ago. It's still a really big part of pop culture. But it feels like they're taking it too far. But before we get into the video, it would be so helpful if you subscribed. You probably subscribe to massive channels, so why not support small creators like me? Subscribing is free, and you can unsubscribe whenever you want if you change your mind. Well, let's get into the video. On every Office cast member's social media, you see them retweeting other cast members, sharing stories about being on The Office, posting Office memes. I know they spent a long time making The Office, but it feels like they're just milking The Office for all it's worth. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some real Office-related products and projects in recent years. First off, there's one town milking The Office for all it's worth, Scranton, Pennsylvania. The Office takes place in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and the show tried to represent Scranton as realistically as possible, so the real-life town obviously attracted a lot of Office fans. And the town sure is taking advantage of that. Take the restaurant in Scranton, Alfredo's Pizza. It was mentioned as the good pizza place in one line from The Office.
Guess who just ordered from your favorite pizza place, Alfredo?
And the restaurant used that connection and branded their menus and employees, saying they were mentioned on The Office. And they sold lots of Dunder Mifflin merch. Or the Lackawanna coal mine tour, which was in the show for a few minutes.
It says here that it's a 300-foot drop.
Well, it goes 300 feet into the earth, but it moves really slowly.
Use that as an excuse to sell a lot of Office merch. With this paper company, the tower on their building was featured as the Dunder Mifflin Tower in the intro for a whopping 2 seconds, so they covered the tower with Dunder Mifflin branding. And worst of all, Cooper's Seafood House. It had a few scenes in The Office, so they covered every area in the restaurant with Office branding, and a gift shop. And of course, the Welcome to Scranton sign, featured in The Office for a whole 1 second, caused so many people to pull over to take a pic with it that it became a safety hazard, so they moved it to a mall. But it's not just Scranton that's making all this Office stuff. Jenna and Angela, who played characters in The Office, started a podcast where they give commentary over episodes of The Office. Or Brian Baumgartner, who started a podcast where he gives commentary over episodes of The Office. They're 2 different podcasts. But it's not just these actors milking their Office fame, it's every actor on The Office. Basically every prominent actor on The Office has recently had their own merch drops, featuring stuff from their character, completely unofficial and not affiliated with The Office. Such as Jenna Fischer selling Pam t-shirts, or that guy that plays Dwight selling Beat shirts. To give them credit, most of the sales from these shirts are for charity, but I mean, the show's ended. Why are you still making this much merch for it? But I've been saving the craziest for last. One actor on The Office has been milking all his connections to the show so much, it's Leslie David Baker. Leslie played Stanley on the show, and recently, he started a Kickstarter. He's making an unofficial Office spin-off, Uncle Stan. The plot synopsis is, after enjoying his retirement in Florida, carving wood, enjoying the white sand beaches, and dancing to old disco, Uncle Stan, aka Leslie David Baker, gets a call from his nephew, Lucky, in LA, asking for help with his 2 kids and running his motorcycle/flower shop. Sounds not that bad. And the Kickstarter was to fund the pilot for the show, and they needed $300,000. But the main problem I have with it is its stretch goals. In other Kickstarter projects, there are stretch goals, such as for Shovel Knight, if you donated $200 or more, you would have an 8-bit portrait of you in a level. But in the Uncle Stan Kickstarter's case, it's a bit different. If you pledge $3,000, you get stuff like a signed copy of the script, a Blu-ray of the pilot, but the main thing you get is that you can make a song that will be featured in the show. So literally anyone who has $3,000 to blow can put any song they want into the show. But it gets stupider. If you pledge $5,000, you'll get a DVD, a poster, t-shirt, stickers, a thank you shout out in the credits, and I'm not joking, you get to be a writer for the show. What? This just shows that the show's gonna be bad. They don't have standards for it. If they're willing to let anyone be a head writer for the show, that shows that they don't want to make a quality show. They just want to make a show profiting off of Office fans. But that's not even the top tier. If you pledge $10,000, you get everything from the $5,000 and $3,000 tiers, a meetup with Leslie David Baker, and brace yourselves, you get to play a prominent character in the show. In other words, we don't care about the show's quality. Give us money and do whatever you want with it. And believe it or not, someone actually bought the $10,000 tier. His name is Gus Johnson, and is a big YouTuber, and made a video documenting what happened after he bought it. I won't talk about what happened in that video, because I would just be copying his, but in just a few weeks, the Kickstarter passed its goal of $300,000. and it's been over a year and the show hasn't released. We haven't even gotten any news on it in a really long time. Nobody knows what month or even what year it's filming, but people still gave them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're just working hard on the script or something. But then something happened. Leslie Baker and his business partner, Sardar Khan, who were supposedly making the Uncle Stan show a few months ago, announced that they were making a cryptocurrency, the Stanley Nickel. You heard that right. In the office there was a joke where Dwight was trying to offer the workers ʻsᴉ<hesitation>bucks as an incentive to work harder, to which Stanley responded that they already have the Stanley Nickel.
Then you have been deducted 50 ʻsᴉ낳bucks.
Make it 100.
Don't you want to earn ʻsᴉ낳bucks?
No, in fact, I'll give you 1 billion Stanley Nickels if you never talk to me again.
What's the ratio of Stanley Nickels to ʻsᴉ낳bucks?
The same as the ratio of unicorns to leprechauns.
And they're actually turning that into a real currency. They're making a currency about an office joke. And it's honestly not a bad idea, and I can see it being in the new meme currency, along the lines of Dogecoin. But the main problem is that it's starting to seem like the Uncle Stan Kickstarter was a scam to get more money to fund the Stanley Nickel. Think about it. Why has the Kickstarter been so dormant the past year? We know that they haven't been working on it behind the scenes, because they obviously have been working on the Stanley Nickel, and it costs a lot to make your own currency. So where did they get the money for it? The Kickstarter. This is of course speculation, but you have to wonder. So yeah, that's all the stuff I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to tell more people about the stupid Kickstarter. But to end the video on a good note, Andy Buckley, who played David Wallace on The Office, carries around a bunch of business cards for the character David Wallace on the show, and gives the card to any fan that recognizes him. He's not doing it for the money, he's not selling illegal merch, he's not starting a new currency, he's just spreading joy to fans of his work. If that's not wholesome, I don't know what is. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I hope I see you at my next video. Bye!